Okay, super. So, welcome, YouTube people. So, let's all start seated in some way that feels good. And if you always have the same foot in front, switch it up, maybe shifting from side to side a bit, just feeling your sit bones making contact with the floor. And maybe sitting on something if you need, just always getting the pelvis to rock forward a bit. Oh, so let's just do a big inhale to reach up, nice and slow, long spine. Exhale. So a few more of those with your own breath, whatever you inhale. Spine long. Exhale, keeping the spine long, but letting the shoulders and arms just float down. Good. One more time. Good. Wonderful. So bringing your hands to your lower belly, we're going to do some diaphragm breathing. So that just means you really just want your diaphragm extending down into your core so that you feel your lower belly expanding rather than just having your chest go up and down. We want our lower belly coming out. So nice full inhales and gentle exhales. And that nice expansion, pulling down your core. Maybe staring at the floor or closing your eyes, just bringing your attention to that sensation. Good. Opening your eyes. Let's come on to our hands and knees, please. And just take a moment again to feel that diaphragm breathing. So as you inhale, feel that lower belly expanding rather than the chest. And on the exhale, gently just letting the breath out. Let's do some cow and cat. So nice full inhale, arching your back. Exhale, gently pulling in those stomach muscles and rounding. Good. Waking up the side body a bit. So that's the one where you exhale, looking over your shoulder. Inhale through center, exhale the other way. Coming back through center, and let's gently bring our knees apart, feet coming together, and let's come back into your child's pose. So trying to get the hips as wide as they like so far. They'll get wider as we go. And then slowly making your way down. Maybe you're on your elbows. Maybe you can extend your arms out. Maybe you have a pillow underneath you. Just really trying to feel your hips getting heavy. And on your inhale, again, feel that lower belly expanding, and you're going to have something for it to expand into, either a pillow or the floor to make you aware of it. This whole session, let's just really keep that low belly expanding on the inhale, and then just letting the exhale happen naturally, sinking down, letting go. Nice and slow. We're going to come back out of your child's pose, coming back up onto your hands and knees if that feels natural, and then doing whatever feels like it's what your body wants to do. Maybe letting your hips go side to side. Maybe you feel like twisting your spine a little bit, so dropping one elbow and looking one way, and doing that on the other side. So just whatever naturally your body seems to want to do. Good, wonderful. So let's now come to seated. We haven't done this one for a little while. Bringing the bottoms of your feet together. So your knees are opened up, and your feet can be far away from your body, or you can bring them closer, just whatever is going to work for your back and your hips. So let's just sit here, spine nice and tall for a moment or two. Again, feeling that diaphragm breathing where you're allowing your diaphragm to pull down, softening your lower belly so the diaphragm has somewhere to go. Good. Now, if your body agrees, you can round your back, sort of bowing forward. Okay, so if your lower back is okay with that, go for it. Maybe even pressing down on your knees with your elbows a bit, letting your shoulders relax. So if that feels okay, go for it. But if you have anything going on with your low back, staying up straight and just focusing on the hips opening up. So once you're where you want to be, going inward, focusing on your breath. And slowly rolling back up your spine if you've had it rounded. Let's open up our legs to either side. So you're letting your legs straighten out and try and get your pelvis to tip forward a bit. So you're getting a big stretch in your inner thighs. And for this one, let's keep our spine nice and long. So allowing there to be maybe a little bit of an arch in your lower back. We don't want to be sort of rounded backwards. So trying to, even if it means your legs have to come together more, or you have to sit on a pillow, getting the pelvis to tip forward. So just for fun, let's just inhale, scrunching up our shoulders. Exhale, letting them go. So let's just do a few more of those. Let's maybe try and get that feeling with our feet. So inhale, flexing your feet. Exhale, just let them relax. Good. So now just coming into stillness, hanging out here for a moment or two, nice long spine. And again, trying to feel with your breath that diaphragm, low belly, soft belly breathing. Wonderful. Bringing your knees back in together, doing whatever feels good. Maybe some seated windshield wipers. And then when you feel like it, we're going to lay down onto our backs. Let's start by hugging your knees in, letting your knees rock from side to side a little bit. Good. Now let's go for a full body stretch, lengthening everything out, letting your back arch, maybe doing some ankle circles. Breathing deep, really letting the front body and underneath your arms and your triceps get a good stretch. Good. Then walking your feet in again, giving them a little bit of a hug. Now putting your feet on the floor, crossing over. Let's cross over our right leg. Or whichever leg you thought of crossing over first, do the other one. So just do the opposite of what you would normally want to do. And with that leg crossed over, just let your knees float back and forth a little bit, getting a little bit of a massage of the hips and the lower back into the floor. Good. Now choosing your version of this hip opener. Maybe you're walking in your underneath heel a bit more. Maybe you're pulling in with your hands. Maybe you're reaching through the underneath thigh to pull in. Maybe you have a strap. Just one way or another, getting a nice hip opener. And once you're there, try to come back to that breath again. We're really trying to practice not the chest breathing, but the kind of downward pull of the diaphragm, your lungs being able to extend downwards into a soft lower belly. Wonderful. So with that, leg still crossed over, whichever leg is on top, let both knees fall in that direction, opening up your arms so you're getting that twisty feeling. Maybe if you want to experiment with your arm positions, if your shoulders are happy, you can try having them more overhead, maybe both or just one. Just settling into it, feeling that nice long stretch in the outside of the thigh. Coming into stillness and feeling that lower belly breathing. Let's bring your legs back through center, putting both feet down on the ground, and maybe some little windshield wipers might feel good. Bringing your legs just side to side, just sort of whatever your body wants to do. Wonderful. Let's hug our knees in for a moment. And then lengthen your legs out, reaching your arms overhead. So another full body stretch. Maybe you feel like flexing your feet, getting a stretch in the back of our legs because our knees have been bent so much. So just seeing what your legs want. Maybe some ankle circles feel good. Letting there be an arch in your lower back. Wonderful. And taking a nice big inhale. Then as you exhale, just bending in your knees. Letting your knees kind of push out the air in your lower belly. And then we'll do that on the other side. So crossing over the leg you haven't crossed over yet. Let's just start by letting our knees rock side to side a bit, just sort of softening the hips into the floor. And then when you're ready, trying to get a deeper hip opener. So try a way to do that, maybe copying what you did on the other side, though this side might feel different. And then once you're there, coming into stillness and feeling the lower belly expanding on the inhale and softening on the exhale. so whichever leg you have crossed over, let both legs now fall towards that leg till you get that outside of the hip twisty feeling. Arms flopping where they like, maybe experimenting with the back arm coming overhead, just because that'll open up under the arm. If the shoulder agrees, if it doesn't come down to the floor, you could maybe put it on a pillow. Once you're where you want to be, again, really trying to feel your inhale, pulling your diaphragm downward. Bringing everything back through center and doing whatever feels like a relief. Eventually hugging your knees in again. This time we're going to take a nice inhale and then exhale, lengthening out one leg along the floor. So you just have one knee pulled in, letting that extended leg relax. And let's do some hip circles with the bent knee opening outward first. So just kind of gently getting that hip going in a circular motion outwards. Your arms can be holding on to the knee or just flop to either side, whatever works. And then switching directions the other way. Good. Now holding on to that bent knee again and just doing some sort of breathing work where you take that nice big inhale again, feeling your lower belly expand. Then on you exhale, drawing that knee in. So it's like the knee drawing in is pressing the air out of the lower belly. And inhale, the knee comes away. Exhale, drawing in. Good. Now lengthening out that leg. Full body stretch again. Wonderful. Now drawing in the other knee. We're going to take it in a circle going outward. Circling out to the side. Good, and then switching directions. So now you're circling towards your body. Wonderful. So now again, that feeling where your lower belly's expanding and the knees going away from your body. And then as you exhale, drawing that knee in, kind of like you're squishing out the air from your lower belly. So with your own breath, back and forth. Wonderful. Lengthening everything out again. Feeling your hip flexors getting a good stretch out. The whole front body is stretching out. Maybe flexing and pointing your feet or ankle circles. Wonderful. Walking your feet back in, giving them a hug, and we're going to make our way into your version of happy baby. So maybe it's just the knees apart. That feels good to me. Maybe you try for the one where you're grabbing the outside of your calves or the outside of your feet and pulling down towards the floor. So just going with whichever version is giving you a nice stretch through your inner thighs. Maybe you like rocking back and forth. Whenever you're ready, just settling into this. And again, trying to feel that lower belly expansion on the inhale. Wonderful. Gradually bringing your knees back together, having your feet come down to the floor. And if it feels okay to you, hands alongside your hips. And let's just do a gentle bridge, just engaging your glutes, lifting your pelvis upwards, just feeling your front body stretching out. Nice big inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lowering down. Let's hug our knees in one last time, maybe bringing your head up towards your knees if you like. Good. Taking another big inhale somewhere here. And then exhale, flopping out into Shavasana. So just letting your hips open up. Letting your arms just flop to either side, maybe shaking out your shoulders a little bit. Nice big inhale, letting your shoulders just melt, your arms heavy, maybe shaking out your hips and legs a little bit. Nice big inhale, and then just letting your lower body melt. Maybe one last thing is letting your head just roll from side to side a bit. Bringing it through center and just nice big inhale. And let everything touching the floor just melt into it, closing your eyes. Depending on your day, if you can stay in Shavasana, please do. Just letting your belly breath continue and a melting on the exhale. If you need to move on with your day, start to stretch out and move, just bringing a little bit of movement into your body. When you're ready, rolling onto your side, resting there for a moment, and then making your way back up to seated. Let's bring our hands to heart center, giving them a little bit of rub, just getting some heat. Good. And then putting those nice warm hands just on our chest, just for fun. And then closing your eyes or just staring at the floor and taking some nice big inhales and exhales. Thinking of something that makes you feel cozy. And namaste. So thank you, YouTube people, for joining. I'm going to stop the recording.